Hey guys, Vilisink, Raid Shadow Legends. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. I'm not long back from work, high on energy drink, so I'm doing okay. In this one, we're going to talk about some of my favourite revivers, or some I've used. Some very good, kind of top tier epic Lego revivers. We even have some rare, and I think at the end of the video, potentially, can we find an uncommon one? I don't know, but we're going to start off talking about, we'll go to the index very soon, because the first reviver we have to talk of is Arbiter. Arbiter, who you get at the missions. Missions, I believe, are going to change. I'm not sure whether you actually have to still get to Gold 4. I had to get to Gold 4, but I've had Arbiter for a while. Check the channel, the video is there. I believe I built her, or I built her, then I made a video. But I showed the missions because I had to do, I think it was like 12 clan boss keys. She is fantastic. She has a really nice kit. Weaken on the A1. Multi-hits are always good. She has an AoE 100% chance to decrease duration of enemy buffs by a turn. And she has Mentor of Heroes. Increase attack buff on all the team. Then they get a turn meter fill by 30%. Heals all allies by 25% of their max HP if they have less than 50% HP. So increased attack, turn meter, and a potential heal. Destiny's Call is a revive all dead allies to 35% HP and fills all turn meters of enemies. Allies. Enemies would be just silly. It fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. And if you can revive, if an ally was revived, it goes straight to this. So Destiny's Call into Mentor of Heroes, you've revived them with 35% HP. Because they're below that 50% HP threshold, they then go to 60% HP, along with the turn meter boost and increased attack. Very nice champion, fantastic aura for arena, 30% increase in speed, which even when I take Arbiter into Go 3, 4 or 5, I still sometimes lose. Yeah, fantastic champion. Difficult to get, unless people don't want to pull her from Void Shards, but if you pull her, I doubt you will complain. Next up, another free champion in the game who have had many builds on. I think I've done a couple of videos also. Everybody's free favourite champion, Scylla Drakes. Now, my one is currently in stun set with some broken pieces. She is as quick as the stun set allows, just to help in her A2. Her A1 decreases speed, decreases turn meter, AoE stun. If this doesn't proc, the 2 hits from the stun set will proc. But her Phoenix Right revives an ally, so it's a single person revive. Still really good though, because of her passive and how she works. She revives them with 50% HP. This is ally protection for 2 turns, which is nice, especially in a stun set where she can control the enemy. Along with the passive, heals all allies by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. So it still takes a turn, 10% heal, and a random ally will also get an increased speed buff. Basically, again, in every turn. So you can build her in Relentless, straight speed. You can build her lifesteal for clan boss. You can build her stun set. Many different ways. She is free. She's got a nice single person revive, but nonetheless is nice. Another good reviver, or top tier Lego will help you take any 4 champions you want through Faction Wars 21 if you have spare time. She will veil you, give you just attack, she will revive you. She will, I believe, give you a shield. Now, I built mine to be respectively fast with decent resist, and I'm thinking I could potentially lose some speed to try to get some resist, see if we can hit 600, but we'll get to that in a different video. A1 shield on herself, and the champion with the lowest HP. Block debuffs, nice and strong, pretty much everywhere. Block debuffs and increased attack on all allies for 2 turns. This is a very perfect avail buff on all allies, except herself for 2 turns. So effectively, if you build her right, whether it's arena, dungeons, or most boss, or anywhere really, she avails the whole team, so you have to hit Duchess. So if you make her tanky enough, give her resistance or speed, give her lots of turns and so forth, she can be a real pain. She revives all dead allies, also with 70% HP. Damn. That's a pretty sweet revive, because you also get Veil on all allies except her, and a continuous heal buff on all allies as well. So you get a revive, you get a continuous heal, and you get the Veil. Not only that, but you have 70% HP, which it's not just a revive, it's a revive all dead allies with enough HP that if you potentially do get hit from a strong AoE, 70% HP is enough to definitely keep you alive. Ethereal Waves decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%, 15% from bosses, so mitigating a lot of damage with the passive. And her aura, ally speed in all battles, so not just arena, this is kind of what makes her good everywhere. So there's no specific part of the game where you have to take her with regards to her aura. Your arena team, dungeons team, you can take her into Doom Tower, take her in Clan Boss, Faction Wars. She will increase your speed. Duchess Lily 2. So we have another one. I recently built this champion. I don't like the build too much, and I'm looking at potentially changing to all speed sets, which should give me an extra 130 speed. Well, sorry, instead of 102 plus 83, should be 102 plus maybe 1 plus 135 on top of our base speed, give or take. So she basically brings decreased turn meter on the A1, AoE decreased attack, also places increased attack buff on your team, so debuffs to enemies, buffs to teams. She will also revive all dead allies 75% HP, even more than Duchess. So probably one of the highest HP revives in the game. Will also fill turn meters by 50%, which is extremely strong. Also places an increased defense and strengthen buff on all allies for 3 turns. This effectively is telling you that if you get revived by Ursula and you get caught, you get hit by an AoE, you get countered by any means, something goes wrong, you ain't dying. This is so strong. Increased defense is good, but when you throw in strengthen, mitigate extra damage, 75% HP, and to turn meter boost to help you get a turn. Increased defense and strengthen is fantastic. Very few champions have strengthen along with increased defense, but if you include, but it's higher than Duchess. I've yet to see is there a revive that will revive you fully healed, give you turn meter? No, I think so. So if you have her, build her up. Also good at 50, she just has to be quick, has to get some turns. Who else do we have here? We have one that helped me get past Knights Rev 21, and her name is Rector Dra. So she has pretty simple kit, decreased attack on the A1, Veil, perfect heals, Veil, yeah, perfect veil, sorry. Continuous heals. And the 82 spirit form will give you revive, 60% HP, 60% turn meter, but her revive is interesting because she gives you the perfect veil buff for 3 turns. 3 turn and a 4 turn cooldown, meaning you cannot be targeted if this buff stays on, unless it is AoE attacks. And she is the reason I got past Falcon Wars 21. She also mitigates damage really well. She's a, if built correctly, a very tanky champion. And whenever an ally under a veil or perfect veil gets a turn, heals them by 10% of their HP, which is quite nice. Also increases your resistance by 50, which means if you pair her with Duchess, she's really annoying in arena. Also increases ally resist in Doom Tower battles by 55%. So, just give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm going to take care of the cave for a minute.